left him quite verklempt. I asked exactly what he meant, and helplessly he said, I'm just a boy with a broken dream and a chemical dependency that's eating up what's left of me while they say plan ahead. He asked his father, what's the point? The future ain't too bright. Then Dad replied, for the first time, I think you might be right. 'Cause your generation's on medication, blinded by inebriation, wallowing in procrastination, frankly bored of education, live in fear of foreign nations, nuclear annihilation, searching for an explanation while I have the realization that it's all my fault and such is life. I held a girl for a bit of a while in an age where a smile was out of style. She made denial seem worthwhile. I never quite knew how. She had a voice and a wish for fame and claimed the world would know her name. I told her I once felt the same, but look where I am now. So darling, keep your head on straight, this vision won't pan out. She'd say I always get my way and you can just get out. So she worked real hard and she danced away, but she put on a play for her mirror all day, and the years went by. She turned 28, over the hill and a little too late, with deteriorating mental health. The president's dead 'cause she proved herself, and though you never heard her sing, she's on magazines and TV screens while she sits and smiles in a prison cell where she hung herself with a studded belt. She went out like a star, and such is life. I knew a fella so tried and true. He's a lot like me and a bit like you, who struggled through what bound him to a social web of lies. He saw the things he chose to see inside a world of fantasy, and he never fit too comfortably in anybody's eyes. But when the system pulled his card and said you turned out right, we fed you fear for 18 years, preparing for a fight. So son, get off that unicorn and come try on this uniform, 'cause these are the colors that never run, red, white, blue, and a silver gun. Though he never laid a finger on anyone, he just sang his songs and had his fun. On the battlefield, he met his end when he took a bullet to save his friend. His mom got word the other day in a letter that read, thanks anyway. But that's how freedom rings, and such is life. My thoughts on everybody else would lead me back to view myself and take the sorrow that I felt to build a case in point. My home sweet home of lemon drops, where dinner's served on countertops. The healthy family unit stops when parents disappoint. The stranger's hand that feeds you is a jackal in disguise that sends us poison arrows from apocalyptic skies. There's a fallout child with an empty face who will finish last in the human race, in a vegetative state at his parents' place, an ashamed disgrace who's afraid to age. His rage enslaves a caged white dove who's raised on drugs and selfish love, the product of a time defined by me, myself, and I, combined with a slow decline on a string of pills. While the world keeps turning, we're standing still and growing up all wrong. The sandbox lines are drawn, the backward beat goes on, and such is life.